From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Features Edition for Monday, December the 24th, 2018. U.S. President Donald Trump signed legislation last week that will posthumously honor the late Egyptian president Anwar Sadat with the Congressional Gold Medal for leading Egypt to peace with Israel. The medal is the highest civilian honor given by Congress. The Egyptian embassy in Washington released a statement saying that the medal will be awarded to Sadat in recognition of his historic achievements and courageous contributions to peace in the Middle East. Sadat received the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts along with Israeli Prime Minister Menachem Begin in 1978 following the Camp David Accords. Sadat was assassinated by militant Islamists in 1981 who opposed his peace deal with Israel. Jewish Democrats and Republicans gathered earlier this month to show their united support for Israel and Zionism. The Washington Forum of the American Zionist Movement was held at the U.S. Capitol on December the 12th. And in addition to remarks from senators and representatives from both sides of the aisle, it also featured the first ever joint appearance by officials of the Republican Jewish Coalition and the Jewish Democratic Council of America. American Zionist Movement President Richard Heidman and AZM Executive Director Herbert Bloch said broad support for the State of Israel is a central tenet of the Zionism Forward campaign launched by the American Zionist Movement. They said we gathered together in the Capitol after the midterm elections and just prior to the new Congress, so our elected officials and community leaders could address how we can unite across party and political lines in support of Israel, whose existence continues to be threatened by her enemies. Now more than ever, they said, and in Israel's 70th anniversary year, there must be a renewal of the historic, broad, and bipartisan United States support for Israel. Well, the horrific attack on a synagogue in Pittsburgh is still fresh in the hearts of many as we approach 2 months since the Tree of Life shooting took place. And Jewish football player Julian Edelman wants to make sure the support for the Pittsburgh Jewish community continues. The New England Patriots wide receiver wore special cleats in honor of the 11 victims of the shooting attack when his team played the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday. On the cleats, written in Hebrew, reads, "In memory of the Tree of Life," with the synagogue's logo and an Israeli flag with the hashtag Stronger Than Hate. The cleats were sponsored by the Combined Jewish Philanthropies of Boston. And this year marks 18 years since Los Angeles-based comedian Avi Lieberman started bringing the best comics in the U.S. to Israel twice a year for a very special cause. Comedy for Kobe was born out of tragedy, benefiting the Kobe Mandel Foundation, which offers counseling and programs for families of terror victims in Israel. Rabbi Seth and Sherry Mandel established the foundation in 2001 after their 13-year-old son Kobe and his friend Yosef Ishran were brutally murdered by terrorists near their home in Israel. Their goal is to replace the power and love taken from the world by Kobe's murder, and Comedy for Kobe recognizes the role of laughter and healing in that overall mission. This year's comics just concluded their week-long winter tour in Israel last week. And one of the great thinkers of Judaism is being honored at the Israel Museum. A new exhibit is dedicated to the life and work of the Sephardic Jewish philosopher, physician, astronomer, and renowned Torah scholar, Rabbi Moshe ben Maimon, also known as Maimonides or the Rambam. While Maimonides was born in Cordoba, Spain in approximately 1138, as chairman of the board of the National Library of Israel, David Bloomberg noted, he continues to influence Jewish and Israeli thought and practice today. The library is also co-sponsoring the exhibit, which has ancient manuscripts and artifacts on loan from several museums around the world, including the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City and the Vatican Apostolic Library. And that's the JBS News Features Edition, wishing those of you who celebrate Christmas a very Merry Christmas. I'm Teisha Bader.